Paul, back-to-back 1-0 wins. You must be pleased with that.
Yeah, very happy, very happy. Obviously conceding a few too many goals earlier on in the season, so to get 2 clean sheets on the trot is very welcome.
How difficult a balancing act is it getting it right at the back and getting it right going forward? Because as you say, it's fine as long as you do win 5-4, but maybe 1-0, 2-0 is a bit safer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, it is a balancing act. It's trying to get those percentages of attacking and defending, working on it in training. Now that Mikey Edwards is full time this season, we can do a lot more unit work. I can take the defenders, he can take the attacking play, or vice versa. I just think it's obviously our attacking play's been good this year. I mean, for the 2-1-0 games, I think we should have scored more against Ebbsfleet. I think we should have scored more against Salisbury as well. And defensive side as well, it's not like we were getting cut open or anything like that. There was a little bit of error, a little bit of lack of concentration at times, and obviously a couple of good goals as well. So it's long may the clean sheets continue. Let's hope they do. It's as you say, it's balancing it.
You started Kian Dillon at Salisbury. What do you like about him?
He's a willing runner. He offers something a little bit different. He's a tough lad as well, and he's settled into the group really, really well. He's a funny character, so it's good. It's all gone well. I thought he did well for 50 minutes on Saturday, but then he was extremely tired afterwards. It's under 21 football's vastly different to National League South, so it's big learning curve for him.
Is it good being able to take Cody Cook in and out of the team a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's been times this year when, especially at the tail end of games, when you can see, I mean, Cody puts a hell of a lot into a game, and he gets kicked from pillar to post, and he's been a warrior for us since I've signed him. He's been terrific, but he can't play every minute of every game, so I think you're quite right. I think it's very important.
How close is Sonny now, Sonny Fish?
Yeah, not a million miles away at all. His knee is feeling great. It's just building up his fitness now, so that and also it's making sure, because he's been out a little while now, it's making sure he doesn't come back and tweak a hamstring or a groin or a thigh, which would be even more frustrating, especially for him as well. But mentally he's in a good place, and he's not a million miles away.
Otherwise, how are you looking injury wise?
Yeah, we're all good. It's just Sonny and Nash, so yeah, fully fit squad.
What are you expecting from Dagenham? Because looking at where they are on the table, you would imagine that's going to turn around at some point this season, isn't it?
You would think so. On paper, they've got one of the best squads in the league, definitely. It's we obviously do our due diligence and our research about them, and I don't think they've deserved to lose every game that they've lost this year. So it's Dagenham against Torquay at Torquay. It's going to be one of the so-called bigger games in the league, and as always, it's about what we do on the day, and it's about how well prepared we are. But it's going to be a good game. Looking forward to it.
But it reaffirms again, doesn't it, that teams like Torquay and Dagenham, big names, doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to get the results every week.
No, of course not. I mean, I can't reiterate that enough. I think you're absolutely spot on. It's you have to realise the league you're in, and the teams have. Some teams have got a bigger budget than us. Some teams got less budget than us. Some teams are full time. Some aren't. It's a tough league. It's a tough league, and because you've got a Torquay United badge on your shirt doesn't mean you're going to win the game. So we've still got to go above and beyond, and and work as hard as we possibly can. And if we do all of those things, and if we are prepared, and if the boys turn up, and if I manage well on the day, hopefully we'll get a good result.
A few ifs there, Paul.
Life's ifs, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Ifs and ands, pots and pans. It's just we'll be ready. I'm looking forward to it. As soon as the whistle finished against Salisbury, I was really looking forward to this game.
Good luck. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much.
Having Andy Carroll in the Dagenham Redbridge team obviously takes a lot of the headlines. Do you change the way you think for a player of that calibre, or how do you stop him from dominating the headlines?
I don't. He's had a fantastic career, and I respect him, and what he's done and what he's achieved. He's achieved far more as a player than anyone else on the pitch on Saturday has, and he's been a tremendous football player. It's not about one person. You know, if he plays, great. If he doesn't play, no problem. It's not my concern. I think we've got to be very, very focused and very, very single-minded about what we do, what Torquay United do. You know, and it's not to say that there's not elements of players we look at and, you know, he's a good player, he can do this, he can do that, and obviously he comes into that bracket. On his day, he's going to be the best striker in the league by a million miles. So it's you know, let's wait until 2 o'clock when we get the team sheet.
And you talked a little bit then, I was going to mention it again, Kean Dillon coming into the side. Obviously he gives you something slightly different, a player at completely the other end of his career. The fans should be just as excited to see him, shouldn't they, Saturday?
Yeah, he's just starting out on his journey, isn't he? He's a little bit like Sonny Fish. He can run behind, you know. He's technically good. He moves very well, and he's obviously with that youth comes enthusiasm, doesn't it? So which I thought he showed against Salisbury. So he's trained well this week as well.
It's a cliche, but I'm going to run with it. 10 games. A lot of managers look at 10 games and say, right, this is where we are. Am I happy with where I am? What's your thought? I don't think you look at 10 games, do you?
No, I'm a little bit more than that. I'm 16, 17. But it's the 10 games it seems like it's taken a long time to get to 10 games. It seems like it's been a long season already. There's 36 games left, which is if it's good or a bad thing, I'm not sure. But we're okay. We're okay. You know me, I'm never going to sit here and go, we're brilliant, we do this, we do, and I'm never going to sit here and say we're miles off it. We're okay. As I said last week, I truly believe the squad is better than it was last season. I think we had 20 points from 10 games last year. I think we're on exactly the same. But we've had some hiccups along the way this season. There's been a few obstacles put in front of us, which we've navigated. I'm loving coaching the boys at the minute. They're a great group. And we just work hard and we'll end up where we end up. But there's lots and lots that I'm really, really pleased with.
A lot of people look at the 2 points a game thing as well, and you actually mentioned that, I think, after the game on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's a good indicator of where you are, isn't it?
I think so. Look, if we continue to average 2 points a game, you end up on 92 points. If someone gets 93 points and beats you to the league title, I'll shake their hand. Yeah. I'd be comfortable with that. But to average 2 points a game is very, very tough. So at the minute, we're fine. We're fine. I'm not sat here purring over us and saying we're the finished, we're magnificent. And I'm also not sat here thinking we're going to be nowhere near it. I said after the game again, it's about staying constant as well. Although I can be quite up and down in the dugout, I am actually a very constant, consistent in my emotions about football because it's been my life. So I know you have good weeks, bad weeks, good games, bad games. You have bad months, and then you have a couple of good months, and it's just, it's just staying tunnel vision and staying focused. We're all. I keep saying it, and it's not a great. We're okay. We're all right.
How big a factor do you think in not just the last 2 results, but in the general where you're going, that you finally got your midfield players back, and that sort of, it wasn't a hole exactly, but you must look at them now, particularly, for instance, last week at Salisbury. The team is getting much harder to get through and break down now, isn't it? There is injured players back.
David, it goes without saying, that's why we signed them. That's why we signed them, and there's a little bit as well. We work very hard in training, and it just takes a little bit of time to adjust to things and for players to get the way I want to do things. Some players haven't been coached the way I coach. Some players it takes a little bit of time for them to get used to me and what I want from them and the demands and the standards. So there's an element of that as well, and it's just, it's like, I don't want to tempt fate with the clean sheets. It's no coincidence.
You're harder to get through.
Yeah, it's which is something that my teams normally are, which is why sometimes this year the Slough game's the perfect one, when we were unbelievable going forward and somehow we concede 2 goals. That didn't happen last year, so all of a sudden it's a bit of a shock, but it's we're just working hard, and you're quite right, having the injuries back to they're really good players. That's why I signed them. They're really good players, so it's great to have them back.
One of those is Callum Dolan.
Yeah.
I think everybody thought that he was probably a central midfield player when we signed him.
Yeah.
He's doing an interesting job on the left wing at the moment. How do you see him in terms of his position and where he might be going in his career? Have you found him a little slot at the moment?
Well, it's so it's coincided with Dylan Morgan getting injured and Callum coming back. Dylan's started the season very sharp, very good. He's starting now to look back to where he was before his injury in training. He's moving better now. We spoke about the Ebbsfleet game. Dylan wasn't really fit, to be honest, to come on. He's much further down the line now. Callum Dolan, for me, really, he's an attacking midfield player. Now, whether that's as a 10, off the right, off the left, but he can play as an 8 as well. He is a central midfield player, but he's an attacking player, Callum. He's one of our quickest players on all the sprint tests, and his ability's there for all to see. And what he's doing at the minute, he's doing a job for the team, and he's doing it very, very well.
And do you think he's actually because it's taken him out of an area where he would normally think that he operates? It sometimes does a player a bit good actually to play in a different position, doesn't he, and see things a bit differently.
A little bit, but Callum's an intellectual football player. He's an intelligent football player. You know, if I said to Callum Dolan, I need you to fill in at left back for 5 minutes, he would do it. He knows football, and he's been an attacking player all his career. You know, I mean, he's a 10 really, and an attacking midfield player, but and also I suppose there's a little bit of doesn't use less energy out there, but there's times when he doesn't have the ball and he can almost rest a little bit. Remember, he hasn't played for us since since pre-season, sorry.
Yeah.
So there's that element of him coming back to full fitness as well.
And he gets involved in 1 or 2 1-against-1 situations, which he's very good at.
He's excellent.
Very good at out there, isn't he? He can take people on. He showed it in the first half against Ebbsfleet, and then again, time and again, coming in from the left-hand side at Salisbury last week.
I agree. I think ultimately he's just a good football player. Yeah.
Paul, I know you're not big on social media. You told us that, but you ever had a cleanos before this season? The defenders and goalies have started talking about them, and do you ever feel, obviously you and Mikey are a lot older than the squad. Do you feel as though you have to keep in touch with that sort of stuff, or do you just let them get on with it?
I just, some of the things I hear is I just let them get on with it. I let them get on with it. A cleano, that sounds very Australian to me. Sounds like for me it will always be a clean sheet, but I'm a dinosaur, so I think the group are great. They're funny. And they don't always know that I'm listening, but I just walk away laughing at a lot of what they say. I find them hysterical at times. I find them funnier when we've won, not quite as funny if we haven't. But they're a great group, Clive. They really are. They're fantastic. They work hard and they all get on as well. I think that's really, really important. I think it's important. For me, it will always be a clean sheet.